Hello, this is Amanda with From Where I Stamp near Kingston, Ontario. And I can't believe it's March already. but today's video is about the Stampin' Cut mini machine right here. And this little thing is awesome. I have it and the full size Stampin' Cut emboss machine, both of them. And honestly, when it first came out, I wasn't sure if I would get this, but this is just so lightweight. I think it's about 2.5 or almost 3 pounds, somewhere in there, of weight, and it fits most of the dies I have. There's some that it doesn't work with, but anyway, Stampin' Up! Has a sale, Savings in Bloom, or in Bloom, sale that's going on during March. And I wanted to share with you one of the bundles, well, one of the stamp set and dies they've brought back as a bundle to share with you an idea. So how you can use your Stampin' Cut and Emboss mini machine and the new bundle, well, an old bundle, but I'll tell you in a moment. So the art gallery stamp set, which is in the annual catalog, and it's on page 13. And then we're also going to use the floral gallery. I know it's really small. The floral gallery dies, and it's on page 163 of the annual catalog. So I'm going to switch around the camera so you can see better. That would be helpful. All right, so here's those dies again. I'll show you a bigger image of them, but they're $46 if you buy them by themselves, or and the art gallery stamp set, which is $30 by itself. And during this promotion, in the month of March, where'd it go? I was looking for my bundle here. So the art gallery stamp set and the floral galleries dies together would be $60.75. So it's a 20% savings. And the Stampin' Cut and Emboss mini is 20% off too. So it's usually $82 and it's $65.50 Canadian. So these are all Canadian prices because I'm in Canada. All right, so this is what we're going to use today, and we're going to create a card using the die cutting machine and some colors. So this, let me grab my pool party. So this is my color scheme. It's kind of bright. We're March, we're getting towards spring. I'm so happy. The snow is melting, everything like that. All right, so that's why I brought out some bright colors. So we can brighten each other's day by sending some bright, fun cards in the mail. And if you know of anyone who would like to, even yourself, to receive some happy mail, leave me a comment or send me a message and I will send one to you. I just need your address. All right, so we have our Granny Apple Green folded in half. And then I have some crumb cake here. And it's 2.5, 2.25 by 5.25. So we're going to emboss this. So in our, I shouldn't have put the catalog down. So in the catalog, and even the mini catalog has this too. So I'm looking for this little symbol right there is the mini machine. So that means that, I'm just gonna move my paper out of the way so I don't wreck my paper. Any of the dies in here that show the mini image, like this one will go through the mini, just the long piece won't. So, but the ones that have the mini little icon means that you can purchase it and it will fit in your mini. There won't be any dies that you won't be able to use. All right, so if you look for that little symbol in the catalog, you'll be able to tell. So the other, I'm doing it again. I forgot to show you some else. All right, so I'll get this right one of these days. So embossing folders. There are embossing folders designed to be used in the mini machine. And because our bigger embossing folders only fit in the larger machine. But Stampin' Up! Has designed smaller, thinner ones because the platform on this is only 3.5 inches. So you can't put through like this larger embossing folder won't fit through there. So if you like the larger embossing folders, you will need to purchase the larger machine. But we have the checks and dots. So the checks and dots, dotty hearts. Oops, there we go. Greenery, I have that one. It's pretty. We're going to use the Meadow Moments one today. And then there's Thanks and Hello and Wintry 3D. I don't think there's another page. No, just those 2 pages. So that's pages 154 and 155 of the annual catalog. All right, I think I can put this down on the floor and not have to pick it up again. We'll see. All right, so for our Stampin' Cut mini machine, what you received is the machine. Move my paper away again. And then all the plates that you need for it. And they're all conveniently numbered for you. So that way you know what sandwich you need to die cut, emboss, or whatnot. All right, so it has little feet on the bottom, so it will stay solid on your working platform. It has a handle here to grab and this one to rotate to allow the pieces to go through. And then these just fold down, so it's easy for storage. I keep my 2 cut and emboss machines on the top of a calyx. That's a calyx unit behind me. A Ruskog cart from IKEA. No idea if I'm saying it right, but that's what we're going with. All right, so this number 1 and the number 2s are what I normally use. And having an extra set of 2s, the cutting plates, are nice. So that way when you have a set like this that turn out to be really beat up, you can just grab another set of plates and you're ready to go. And then these here, we have a thicker one and a thinner one for our embossing folders. And it tells you right here, use with standard embossing folders, use the 3D embossing folders. So it tells you put number 1 down, then your piece in there with the folder, and then this one on top. So we're going to do that right now. I have the Meadow Moments embossing folders here. So we have like a strip of leaves and then a full, so it's not a full, so it has like little dewdrops or like the wind is blowing leaves in the fall. And then we have what I think of more springy with butterflies and flowers and greenery. So we need, because this is not a 3D, we just need our number 3, because this is standard embossing folder. We need our crumb cake piece. And I'm going to put this in here. And I'm just using the edges to kind of eyeball how straight it is. And so we put this in here. Hinge always goes in first. So we put that there, and then we take our plate number 3, put that on top. Now, I generally try to stagger my pieces here, so that way it goes into the machine better. I find that's a little bit more of something I need to do with the mini machine. So we just put that in there and start it, and then you want to make sure to hang on to the top, because you don't want to get your fingers stuck in the machine. Don't want to get it pinched or hurt in any way. And then you just pop out your paper, your cardstock, out of here, and there is our nice embossed image. And then you can take that and you can color that in. You can add some relief ink, add some different stuff like that if you want. All right, so now we have our embossed piece done. So it's going to go down here-ish. And I have this Bermuda Bay, which we'll put here. But we'll put it all together after I do my stamping and die cutting. That's the next part. All right, so we have a photopolymer stamp set. So it's always good to have a foam mat of some sort, or at least a couple pieces of paper. But I like the Stamparatus Deluxe foam mat. If you've watched my videos before, you may notice I use it a lot. So then pick that up with the block. So I've used something that's stained that one side, but it'll still stamp just fine. Sugars, I forgot my ink. Oops. Okay. I put my ink over there because my day job computer's over there. And I'm kind of not liking it. We'll see what happens. All right, so we have Bermuda Bay, Pool Party, and Memento Black. And we're going to also need, no, okay. So we're going to stamp Pool Party, or we're going to ink up Pool Party because it's the lighter of the two colors. So we'll stamp that up, or ink that up. And then we're going to take some Bermuda Bay, and we're going to do, if I don't drop this, we're just going to do the edges. Kind of sort of see how there's two colors around the edge. And then if we close this up, you can use either corner to try and ink up the other flower too, the one in the center. So let's see how this turns out. So I've already cut my paper to 3.5. So that way I know it will go through. I kind of don't like that. All right. So that didn't work as well as I thought it would, but we have two sides to our cardstock. So we're going to ink up with Pool Party. And what I'm going to do, oops, there's my finger in the ink. Oh well. Good thing I had my Simply Chamois, which you couldn't see, but clean that up. So we're just going to ink up these over here. Kind of, sort of. Let's see how this looks. That's better. I think I like that better. Okay, so we'll go with that. So we just clean that up with a little bit of water. Try not to put my finger in the ink again. Close this up and this one. All right. And the other thing I was going to do, which I'm not sure if this color will work. I was going to, well, let's stamp my greeting first. I'll show you what I was going to do and we'll try it out and we'll see if I like it. All right, so we have, so these are the dies. So these are the dies that come in that set. And this little doodad here for our greeting, which you can't see because my phone's not going to cooperate. We're going to figure out which sentiment. Congratulations. You are lovely. Happy birthday. Thank you. I think I'm going to do I'm thinking of you. So we're going to pull this off of here. And especially with word stamps, word photopolymer stamps, it's best to put them down and then pick them up with a block. Then I'm going to stamp this in Memento Black, just so it pops a bit more. If you wanted to really make it pop, you could use some gold embossing powder, or even you can do Bermuda Bay ink if you wanted to do something a little different. Put that off to the side. So I'm going to put my stamp back before I forget that it's on a block and then I lose it. So now we get to cut with our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Oh, sorry about the pause. All right, so we have our flower image we're going to cut out first. So I'm going to just line up the edges of the stamped image with the die. And and then roll that on through. And oops, there's our negative. You can use that to sponge some color on like a background, or like using it for a negative image, something like that. All right. So there's our one piece ready to go. Now we want to do our sentiment. There we go. And we'll put our little die over top. And put this through. Whoops. And there's our little sentiment. So I wasn't sure if Pool Party was going to be the right color. I thought maybe I need to do Whisper White, but let's start putting the card together and see if I need to switch that out. It won't take long to do another little cut if we need to. Okay, move that all out of the way. My glue. All right. So my desk. There we go. Had to find things on my desk. So this liquid, multi-purpose liquid adhesive, I'm putting this on the Bermuda Bay cardstock. Now I have cut the Bermuda Bay cardstock a little thick, so it is about 1 inch thick, but it's not going to matter too much. I do notice that it is a little longer, so I am going to take my scissors and just trim off. That was not straight. There we go. Trim off that little piece that's too long. And then we'll put some glue on the back of here. And plop this down. I'm actually going to do it this way, I think. And try to have kind of an eyeball at kind of the edges to make them all evenish, something like that. All right, so let's see. So we have our little flower image, and you could use markers. You could use the green ink to ink up that. Like you could use a sticky note to cover off the leaves. That's the word I'm looking for. And put some Granny Apple Green on there if you wanted. So now, the nice little thing about this multi-purpose glue, give it a couple little shakes, and it has this nice little fine apple tip that you can use. And then we'll stick that right there. And I think we're going to use some dimensionals, mini dimensionals on the back of our saying. I do like the Pool Party cardstock for the saying. It works. White, our basic white cardstock, you could do that as well. I'm going to put 4 on the back of this here, I think, just because of how long it is. Okay. Now you could add some ribbon if you wanted. I wasn't sure if I wanted to add ribbon, but you could add a piece of like baker's twine. You could add some rhinestones or pearls onto this card. So here's a nice and simple card using the Stampin' Cut mini machine with the art gallery and floral gallery dies. Now, just a reminder, this is a bundle only during March. So these 2 items after March 31st will only be available to buy separately. There's other bundles that are part of the 20% off sale this month that are in the annual catalog as bundles, so you could purchase them. I'll have a link to a blog article about what's included in the sale listed in this video. So if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, or if you know someone who would love to watch this video and learn how to use the Stampin' Cut Emboss mini machine, send my video their way. Have a great day.